Oh, it's asking me for the time again. It's actually 2:41. Hang on, hang on. Okay. Right. Sure. You're welcome. Sure you do. To my favorite time. Okay. That was a cute experience. Okay. So we're going to begin the game. And I took down some notes from watching the prior recording. A, the microphone gets a little loud, so I have it a bit further away from my mouth. And B, I'm going to take another closer look at the chamber. So much so that I'm not even
all of his co-workers were gone.
Towards the episode
what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We'll go back to that big old chamber, because there were some context clues.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
On the
feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Maybe I'll get a hint in a future run-through as to how to beat that. However,
stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Shut up.
So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
It's gonna be fun to see how much more shit the game thought up. Oh boy.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Never know.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright. Another interesting tidbit I noticed.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength
Some
to
of the
find
room
out?
numbers that were listed were like hallways or stairwells and stuff like that. So, kind of, maybe it lends a little bit to the whole, I erased them, Stanley.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place
Some of them
where
are just the
freedom
same
meant
image.
nothing.
as well. So, like, there's the main office, employee 493.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
There's also
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very
some of the
place.
things I noticed,
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
And on this side
for
is
he
142
would dismantle the controls
and
once
0001.
and for all.
That first set of four, the 0142 and the other one, the 521, those can kind of fall into the digits of the 5 buttons you can press, but a 0 would have to be included. And then I also noticed at one point that this big red button here on the screen had a number next to it too. It was like a 3, like red and 3. So I'm going to give this one more try, just calmly trying to read the monitors, and then we'll see about some more progress. Let's try this. Una más.
And when at last he found the source of... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
No kidding.
You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track,
giving
you're
commands
going to have to do much better than that.
So I'm going to look for commands
I'm afraid you don't
and
have
press
nearly
those
the
down
power
buttons.
you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
All right, let's go.
Now this is
making
3
attempts
more
remaining.
fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Initiate.
It's your time to shine.
Passcode
You are the star. It's your
mainframe.
story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me,
Pinkish
where we're
purple
going,
4.
what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Dark blue 1.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Incorrect.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door.
Red
Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Okay.
Take a look at the
There's
clock,
something
Stanley.
here.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown.
Alright. There's something there. I wish I could just, like, go back a bit. That's a shame. Alright. So, I hope that was a worthwhile extra amount of time, but now let's get into the real progress. Let's go down to that escape way.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Well, that was much appreciated.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut.
Nope.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, that sucks. No, there's a walkway down here. That's what I thought.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator. as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, okay. I see. Path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game section that was built. It was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Fair enough. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. I see. The set of the two open doors was the first concrete piece of Stanley's Parable's design. Once the room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Got the filing cabinets, and then office computers. Lock your freaking computers. Up, corner desk. The office. Button sounds. So this is effectively a museum. A museum for the game. Oh boy. The boss's office. Clock. An early version of the underground portion of the game. See, I'm hoping I'm going to find some hints in here.
He traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever. They stood on the snow. Nothing there. Shoot. Well, try the other one then. Let's see. Stanley walked through the green door. Stanley walked over the bridge. Now then, this elevator for sure will get him.
Nothing really interesting, right? Just all the set pieces. The maintenance room. Huh. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intended purpose or intention. I see. Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found a perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Okay. The Lounge, an early version. Apartment timer. The apartment ending. Falling to their death is an option. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will play them many times. Discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. The ending went through many iterations. This represents the fourth version of the ending. The Zending model. Haven't seen that one either. Huh. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player will pull a lever and the narrator will describe what color they had pulled. Pause menu. Okay, different escape menu ending. Well, this is boring. There's the exit. Countdown room. Freedom ending. Alright, I'm kind of getting bored. I'm not gonna lie. The monitor room elevator. Oh, here's the offices. From left to right was the evolution of Stanley's office. Alright, I'm ready to get the heck out of here. So, we did the escape path. And...
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose.
Sure, I'll quit. Okay.
This is the story of...
Alright, so now we're going to go downstairs after the broom closet area.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's also the new content door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, shit.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
No.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. Stanley began screaming. "Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?" And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Jeez.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Let's go through that right door, shall we?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The new content door awaits.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
B. And there was a... Okay, hang on. There was a B clock. And that's... There was a B clock in that infinite hallway we were in last time, and now that's... I wonder if that just literally means back. Anyway.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay. Alright. I always feel like I kind of want to go with the narrator's decision. That's clearly potentially going to take me to the B rooms.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Ah, and then here's the room to the, excuse me? Here's the room to the hallway to the conference room. So let's go down. Let's go down the elevator shaft. What could possibly be down here? The bloom is so bright you don't see the arrow until you're... Later. Such a massive underground
But Stanley
network.
didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, Well, from here it's, left.
Is it now? Not that I have a choice.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, we're doing this now.
No, no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Boy.
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I'm gonna get hit by the truck. You gonna hit me? Aha! Now will you hit me? Sorry. Sorry if that was loud. Ah, hey! It's the upper walkway!
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Oh, come on.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What? Excuse me. I'm not satisfied with how that ended at all.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Doing it again.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Doing it
Perhaps
again.
he had simply missed a memo.
You missed a memo, pal.
When
Oh.
Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I don't think so.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Son of a... Okay, well... We have options. I wonder if the story is where I left it the last time. Let's do it. Excuse me.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No, dude! I was getting somewhere. Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We'll turn off all the computers this time. B6, yeah. The back halls of the B offices.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, sure.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
This is such a subliminal space. It's the back rooms.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh, man. I don't know what's coming. Cannot guarantee not a jump scare, because we got some subliminal space stuff going on. Oh, no.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, boy. I'm starting to get a little...
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh, no. I have to break the rules. I have to break the rules. My ODD is kicking in. Oh, no. I will... Oh! Well, hang on just a second. Now I'm not... You know what, pal? No, I'm cool with this. Why can't I not turn this off? What? Hello? We're in one of the back halls. This is like... I don't know why, but it's reminding me of when I was in my first school in elementary. It was all one big building that was connected, and there was like this one breezeway hallway that separated the elementary school and high school. And now I feel like I've just been allotted as an elementary student to hang out in a high school. I'm just walking those hallways.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
This is happening. This is happening to us. This line's going a little wonky. We're on the 0th floor. Look at all these bugs! Somewhere I don't know. Uh-huh. Oh my god, that's a Payday mask. That's Dallas's Payday mask. Give me that. Hang on, I got print screen. There it is. I was holding the crouch button. Annual reviews. Jesus Christ. Corporate imbalances. Consolidation reports. Financial records. Departmental accounts. Personal files. Oh my gosh. Personal files. Budget analysis. There's so many freaking... This is happening, right? Okay. 432 peer reviews. Oh my goodness. What? Who the hell is employee 432? Why does he have his own pocket dimension for a review? Who the heck is he?
Wait, cut the music.
Oh God.
Go back and look at that fern.
Are you kidding me? The fern.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
What do you mean?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Had nothing to do with the Dallas mask from Payday 2 or the fact that 432's peer reviews need to be stored in a pocket dimension. The fern. Fuck your fern. Uh-oh.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh. Huh. Wow, this has been the most intriguing playthrough of Stanley Parable I've ever had. Ah, Bane! I'm stuck in the office! Bane! Oh!
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? After we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay, sure. 437? Just a hallway.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
That was a lot of right turns.
Oh, no, not you again.
That-
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I see.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Is it now?
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
The confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
The narrative's gone.
My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Whoa! I did not pay attention to what the next step is.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Awaiting input. What other input do you want, my friend? Okay. Interesting. 419's desk. I was able to input something at 419.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
started
it.
this whole thing to begin with.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I wonder...
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Oh, shoot. It's the wrong one. Not this way. Or was it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's the new content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I wonder. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Recording's about to end. But, I had forgotten.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
That's not what I'm trying to get
to. From here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Yes.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be...
It's a spoiler. Okay. So we played through the confusion ending. Alright, so what does that leave so far? Well, we can still travel through the right door, and instead of going through the cut-through, which would either lead us to the elevator or the boardroom, there's that one room with the contractor tables. That confusion ending, that was a hoot. Oh, the line. I wonder if I'll ever see the line again. But, anywho, that'll be enough for this one. See you later.